Hello everyone, welcome back to our Engineering Economy Calculator Techniques tutorial series. Okay, in the last video, we discussed about nominal rates of interest and the effective rate of interest. And I also gave you some of the examples that you may encounter solving effective rates. No? Paano ba isosolve yung corresponding nominal rate given an effective rate and vice versa. Okay? And yan, may mga examples tayo. So check nyo na lang sa previous video natin, di ba? Okay. And also, nagbigay din ako sa inyo on how to solve compound interest. So this is compound interest. Okay? Nagbigay din ako sa inyo. Yung technique na ginagamit natin is same lang, no? Yung technique na ginagamit natin sa nominal rate of interest and then sa compound interest, same lang din. Okay? And I also gave you, pero dapat we familiar lang tayo, diba, with this. Dapat familiar tayo with this one. Okay, yun lang. Then, I also gave you some of the examples, no? Dami tayong examples. So, check nyo sa video na previous video. Okay. So, for this morning, we will be going to discuss about annuity. Yun yung topic natin sa video na ito, annuity. Annuity. Ano nga ba yung annuity? An annuity is a uniform series of payments occurring at equal interval of time. Ibig sabihin nun, for examples, we have yung regular deposit natin sa ating savings account. So, isa na yon. It's a type of annuity. Kasi nga, equal yung savings natin. So, for example, magdi-deposit tayo ng 10,000 per month. And then, yun na yun. 10,000 per month. Equal yung interval niya. So, same amount, 10,000. And then, same yung interval per month. So, yun. Yung monthly home mortgage payments natin. So, isa din yan. It's a type of annuity. Yung monthly insurance payments natin. Or yung pension. Diba? Those are examples of annuities. Okay? But we have 4 types of annuities. Susulat natin dito na types of annuities. We have types of annuity. First is the ordinary annuity. Lang. Mukhang mali eh. Erase muna natin yan. So, ordinary annuity. Second is we have annuity due. Third is we have the deferred annuity. And fourth is the perpetuity. Okay? So, later on, no, yung mga examples natin is iti-check natin as to what type of annuity siya na belong. Okay? But don't worry, even if it is ordinary annuity, annuity due, deferred annuity, perpetuity, same concept applies. Okay? Yung concept na ating gagamitin is we have P is equal to A times the summation of B raised to the power of negative X. Ito lang ang i-memorize natin. Okay? So, it doesn't matter as to what type of annuity siya na belong. Okay? As long as ipa-follow natin ito, then we're good to go. Okay? Okay. As to what mode of calculator yung gagamitin natin, same pa din. Same pa din dun sa um, NRI at ERI natin, tsaka yung sa compound interest. Same pa din, stat pa din. Okay, statistics pa rin tayo. Mode 36 pa din. Okay, mode 36, yung tinatawag nating ABX. Okay? So, same. Yun pa din ang gagamitin natin. And of course, dapat hindi natin kalimutan yung tinuro ko sa inyo na concept sa compound interest. Kasi magagamit pa din yun dito. So, yung annuity natin is somewhat may compound interest pa din yun. So, we have F is equal to P times NY hat. Okay, don't forget this one. Kasi magagamit din natin ito. Kasi ang concept lang natin na binigay ngayon is P is equal to annuity times summation of B raised to the power of negative X. Now, yung P, ito yung present amount of money. Yung A is the annuity or yun yung periodic equal payments natin, yung A. And then yung summation of B raised to the power of negative X, don't worry about that one because that is just a calculator function. So, nasa calc lang yan natin. Okay? So, let's try an example. Okay, excuse me. Okay. How much money will you invest today in order to withdraw 2,000 pesos annually for 10 years if the interest rate is 9%? Okay. So let's check muna no as to what type of annuity is this one. Kung makikita natin that gusto niyang mag-withdraw for 10 years, no? Annually for 10 years. So, ibig sabihin nun, this is just an ordinary annuity. Hindi niya naman sinabi na after 5 years or hindi niya sinabi na at the beginning of the year. So, this is just an ordinary annuity. Kumbaga, at the end of every year siya kukuha ng pera, mag-withdraw ng pera. Okay? So, this is just an ordinary annuity. Okay. So, mode 36 tayo. Mode 36. Okay. Meron pa tayo na. Yun pa yung gagamitin natin. We have the column X and Y. Column X is for the period and then yung Y natin is yung interest natin. Interest rate. Okay? So, since yung X natin is period yung gagamitin natin, so we have 0, 1, automatic na yan, and then 1, 1 plus, okay, a-add natin. So, check natin yung interest rate niya. Yung interest rate niya is 9%. Okay. But since this is annually, so 9% pa lang din. Divide by 1, ganun pa rin. So, 9%. Okay. Now, we have to remember na meron tayong concept, di ba? P is equal to A times the summation of B raised to the power of negative X. Okay? Yun yung request natin, di ba? Okay. Yung given kasi sa atin is 2,000 annually. 2,000 pesos annually. So, ibig sabihin yan that okay, ito yung annuity natin, yung 2,000. A natin yan. So, yung pinapahanap sa atin is how much money will you invest today? So, ibig sabihin yung present amount of money, ito yung tanong. Okay? So, meron tayo nito, annuity. Okay, so, kaya din natin solve ito. So, pwede natin i-solve yung present amount of the money. Solve muna natin yung calculator function natin. So, lagay muna natin ito na input natin to. We have 0, 1. And then, we have 1. 1 plus 9%. Okay. Then, to save the table, press AC. And then, of course, summation. Ito yung summation. No? Ito sa baba ng on, ayan, may yellow. Yung yellow, ibig sabihin yan, that's shift. Shift, ayan, so summation. Summation of b raised to the power of negative x. Yung b is a calculator function lang yan. So, punta tayo sa stat, shift, stat, ito. Okay. Punta tayo sa reg number 5. Okay, and then we have 2. Okay. So, input lang natin, no? Yung b. Yung b natin, lagay natin dito. Yung b is just shift 1. Then shift 1. And then 5. And then 2. 5 and then 2. Okay, so we have to get b, we have shift 1, 5, 2. Okay. And then raise to the power of negative x. Yung negative x natin, yung x natin is just a variable. So, yung variable x natin na yung alpha. So, we have negative alpha x. And then, close lang natin. After that one, meron pa yung lower tsaka upper limit. Okay, so we have to press yung comma. Okay, comma. Yung first na value na ilalagay natin is the upper and the lower limit. So, the lower limit, so tingnan natin kung kailan siya first mag-withdraw ng pera. So, kumbaga, this is our cash flow. So, ibig sabihin, this is at time 0. First withdraw niya is at year 1. So, ibig sabihin, magsa-start tayo at year 1, ... end tayo sa year 10. Ito siya. Okay, so, kumbaga, yung lower limit natin is 1, yung upper limit natin is 10. Lagay natin 1, 10. Okay, close. Then, press lang natin yung equal sign, magbibigay siya ng answer ng summation of b raised to the power of negative x. So, what we are going to do to find for the p is just multiply with our annuity A. So, multiply lang natin yung answer natin by 2,000, which is our A. Press equal sign, then probably we got the correct answer. 12,835.32. Okay, so the correct answer is letter A. Medyo madali na kasi nga hindi na tayo magme-memorize ng napakadaming formula. No? Remember, kapag deferred annuity siya, iba yung formula. Pag ordinary annuity siya, iba din yung formula. Pag annuity due, iba din yung formula. Let's set aside those formulas. No? Yung concept na lang yung gagamitin natin. Okay? Okay, so let's proceed with the next question. Hindi ka muna po. Excuse me po. Okay, for the next question. A man wants to buy a car by paying a down payment of 100,000 and the balance is to be paid monthly for 5 years at 18%. What is the monthly payment if the cost of the car is 600,000? So, medyo tricky siya na problem. But, breakdown lang natin, no? Yung balance lang, yung ipipaid niya monthly for 5 years. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, yung 600,000 na cost ng car, since nag-down payment na siya, di ba, mayroong nilagay down payment na 100,000. So, ibig sabihin, yung balance niya is 500,000. So, lagay natin that the balance is 500,000. Yun ang gagawa natin ng annuity. Okay? Okay. So, next. Yung 500,000 is to be paid monthly. Okay? Monthly siya babayaran for 5 years. Okay? So, kung susolve natin yan, ilang payments ba yan? So, ibig sabihin, in 1 year, meron tayong 12 months multiplied by 5 years. So probably that is 60 payments. So 60 equal payments. Okay, so take note natin yan. We have 60 equal payments. Okay. So, same concept applies, no? We have X column and Y column. Remember lang natin yung 60 na, lagay lang natin dito. M60. Ganun lang, M60. Variable M lang yan. Or ilang mode of payments na, 60. Okay. So, lagay natin dito, no? We have 0, 1, then 1, then 1 plus, ano ba yung ano ba yung binigay niyang percentage, yung rate? 18%. Okay, 18%. Okay. But since yung monthly kasi yung payments niya. So divide pa natin ito by 12. Unlike nung kanina, yearly kasi yun, no? Ito monthly kasi for 5 years. So divide pa natin ito by 12. Okay? Input lang natin yan. We have mode 3, 6, 0, 1, and then we have 1 plus 18% divided by 12. Okay. Then press AC to store your table and then solve natin yung concept natin. Diba? We have P is equal to a summation of B raised to the power of negative X. Okay. Solve muna natin yung ano ba yung pinapahanap? Yung annuity yung pinapahanap. Meron tayong P. So, yung annuity yung pinapahanap sa atin. So, solve muna natin ito. Okay, yung summation of B raised to the power of negative X. Okay? So, summation of B, mode 1, shift 1, 5, 2, raised to the power of negative X. Okay, from yung yung last payment natin is 60 equal payments kasi, so 1 to 60. Okay, then press equal sign, antayin lang natin, ayan, 39.38. Okay, since we have P and we have eto tsaka eto, so to solve for A is we have P divided by the summation of B raised to the power of negative X. Okay, so yung balance natin, yun naman lang yung yung balance natin, yun na lang yung babayaran niya. So we have 500,000. Okay, divide natin yan by the answer natin. So na-store ito sa variable na answer. Okay, then we have press equal sign and we have 12,696. Yun yung A natin, 0.71. The correct answer probably is letter D. Okay, so wala nang dapat i-memorize. Ito lang dapat. Ito lang. Yung concept lang. Okay, so let's try another example. Further polish your knowledge. Okay, this one. An employee obtained a loan of 100,000 at a rate of 6% compounded annually to repair a house. How much must he pay monthly to amortize the loan within a period of 10 years? Okay, so medyo siya, no? Medyo tricky. Kasi nga, okay, yung binigay sa atin is compounded annually. So, kumbaga, this is an effective rate. Okay? Effective rate yan. but the annuities are to be paid monthly. Okay, medyo tricky pa rin ha, since yung payment natin is monthly. So, we first need to convert ito. Need natin i-convert ito to its corresponding nominal rate kung gagamitin natin yung manual solution. Kung gagamit tayo ng manual solution, yun yung gagawin natin. Pero, for this one, hindi na. Tayo na yung mag-adjust. O, kagaya sa ginawa natin kanina, hindi na tayo nag-convert, no, from rate natin na annually, na hindi na natin siya i-convert into corresponding nominal rate na monthly. Okay? So, adjust na lang natin. Okay. So, same pa din. Tingnan natin yung x and y column natin. So, mode 3, 6 pa rin. X, y, we have 0, 1, 1, 1 plus. Okay, 6% compounded annually ito. So, 6% compounded annually. So, wala nang i-divide. Okay, so good to go na yan. Ano lang natin. So, medyo yan. So, we have 6%. Okay, good to go na yan. After that, same pa din, no? We have P is equal to A times the summation of B raised to the power of negative X. Okay. But, of course, we have to consider, no? 10 years ito babayaran monthly. Okay, so yung M natin probably is 12 times 10. So that is 120. Okay, same kanina. Okay, so solve natin. Input natin yan, mode 3, 6. So we have 0, 1, then we have 1, 1 plus 6%, and then AC, then summation of B, mode 1, 5, 2, raised to the power of negative X, from 1 to 120. Okay, so from 1 to 120. Press natin yung equal sign natin. And after a certain period of time, medyo matagal siya, di ba? Kasi from 1 to 120 yung sinusolve niya. Okay, so in your calculator, siguro medyo mas matagal. Kasi ito, emulator yung ginamit ko. So medyo mas, mas mabilis compared to your normal calculators. Okay? After that one, ano ba? So, meron tayong 100,000 na yun yung P natin, 100,000 principal amount natin. So, hanapin natin yung annuity niya. Okay. So, we have 100,000 divided by the answer. Okay. So, ito yung ito yung 100,000. Wait lang, ba't parang iba? Ay, hindi naman ibalik. Balik natin. Summation of, tama ba yung table natin? Balik natin, mode 3, 6. We have 0, 1. So, wala sa choices yung sagot natin, no? So, 1. 1 plus 6%. Then, equal sign, press AC, summation of, shift 1, 5, 2, raised to the power of negative X, from 1 to 120. Okay. Close. False. Okay, ba't parang iba yung sagot? Ay, mali. Mali nga kasi. Kasi nga, yung monthly, i-annual ito. So, hindi dapat ito 1. 12 dapat ito. Yun yung mali natin. So, balik natin. Mode 360 12. Tayo dapat yung mag-adjust kasi nga annual ito, annual, compounded annually. So, gagawin na lang natin tong months instead of para effective rate ito. Okay, so 12 tapos we have 1 plus 6%, and then we have the summation of shift 152 b raised to the power of negative x from 1 to 120. Okay, so press equal sign and then divided by the ito. So 100,000. Okay, 100,000 divided by ito to solve for the annuity. So 100,000 divided by the answer. So we have, ayan, so nasa choices na. Ay hindi, ba't parang mali? Ay mali yung choices. So, siguro erroneous ito, pero probably this is the correct answer, 1,102.24. So, probably na-interchange ito nung gumawa ng question, no? So, the correct answer is letter B. So, may mga erroneous talaga sa problem. Minsan, no? Mali yung pagka-type or mali yung pagka-copy. So, hanapin natin kung sino yung pinakamalapit. Even in the board exams, meron talagang mga erroneous. So, tama yung sagot mo, confident ka dyan, then hanapin mo yung pinakamalapit doon na sagot. Okay? Let's try another example. Okay. So, excuse me po. We have, a father invests 10,000 now for the college education his newborn son. Okay, nag-invest na yung papa niya ng 10,000. If the fund earns 14% effective, so this is effective rate. You have to take note of that one. How much will the son get each year starting from his 16th birthday to 20th birthday? Okay, so this type of problem is hindi na ito ordinary annuity. Okay? Yung kanina, ordinary annuity lang yun, pero ito hindi na ordinary annuity. Kasi nga, yung annual na marireceive niya is from 16th birthday pa to 20th birthday. So, kumbaga, yung cash flow natin, ganito yung mangyayari, no? At time 0, tapos, at time 16, dito pa siya magka-cash out. 17, 20, 18, up to 20. Okay, so ganun yung nangyayari. So, hindi siya ordinary annuity na every year, but instead, may gap. Okay, may gap dito. No? So, that is deferred annuity. But don't worry, okay, kaya yan sa ating technique na gagamitin. So, same concept applies. Okay, so we have, ganun pa rin, no? Mode 3.6 pa rin. We have XY, lagay natin. So, we have 0, and then 1. 1. Okay, since this is effective, tapos yearly, so walang problema, walang conflict. So, we have 1 plus 14%. Ganun lang, simple as that. So, input natin yun sa ating calculator, mode 36, 0, 1, wait lang, 1, tapos 1 plus 14%. Okay. So, press AC and then, yung concept natin, P is equal to A times the summation of B raised to the power of negative X. Okay, ano ba yung pinapahanap sa atin? Okay. Yung pinapahanap sa atin is the annuity, yung A. Okay? Okay. So, solve natin yung summation of B raised to the power of negative X muna. Okay, meron kasi tayong P, 10,000. Yun yung ininvest ng papa, ng father. Okay. So, we have the summation of B raised to the power of negative X. Okay. From dito na. Dito na natin i-adjust. Kasi nga, hindi siya from first year. Hindi siya from year 1 mag-withdraw ng pera. From 16th year lang siya to 20th year. So, ibig sabihin, yung limits natin, yung lower limit natin is from 16. Okay? From 16. Tapos, yung upper limit natin is 20. So, ibig sabihin kahit deferred siya, kahit ordinary siya, or annuity due siya, so it doesn't matter. Ang mababago lang is yung limits natin, yung upper tsaka lower limits natin. Okay? So, press natin yung equal sign and then we have the answer. Then, yung pinapahanap is yung A. So, we have P is 10,000. Divide natin by this one, summation of B raised to the power of negative X. So, we could solve for A. So, we have 10,000 divided by the answer. So, we have 20,791. Okay, 0.64. So, the correct answer is letter B. Okay, so medyo madali compare sa manual na calculations kasi every type of annuity, iba-iba yung formula na ginagamit. So, for this one, same concept applies. Okay, so let's try another example. A farmer bought, excuse me po. A farmer bought a tractor costing 25,000 payable in 10 semi-annual payments. Okay, take note, semi-annual payments. Starting at the beginning, okay, starting at the beginning of each period. So, hindi siya magbabayad at the end of every period, but instead at the beginning of each period. The interest rate is 26% compounded semi-annually. Okay, 26% semi-annually. So, parang, okay, determine the amount of each installment. Nangyayari nito. We have to take note of the beginning kasi kapag beginning of each period, that is a deferred annuity. Okay, kapag kumbaga, ganito yung mangyayari sa deferred annuity. Dito pa lang at time 0, meron ng cash flow. Okay? Tapos, at the start of every year siya may cash flow. So, at time 0 pa lang, meron ng cash flow na nangyayari. Tapos, sa time 1, at year 1, meron na din. Okay. Okay, so at the end, at the end of, wala ng cash flow at the end of year. Anyway, wala na cash flow. Baga, yung N-1, yun yung last na cash flow niya. Kasi nga, nagbabayad siya at the start of every year. Okay? Okay, for this one, ano ba dapat yung table natin? So, ganun pa din. X, Y. So, start from period 0 to period 1. And then, okay, tingnan lang natin, no? This is semi-annual. Okay, 26% compounded semi-annually. So, ang mangyayari, we have 1 plus, we have 26%, Since this is semi-annual, so divide natin yan by 2. Yung M natin is 2. Okay. After that one is we have to follow pa rin yung P is equal to A times the summation of B raised to the power of negative X. Yung concept natin. Okay. Then, solve natin yung summation of B raised to the power of negative X. Okay. So, mode 3, 6, input muna natin. We have 0, 1, tapos we have 1 plus 26% divided by 2. So, we have 1.13. And then press AC to store the table. And then shift yung summation of negative and B raised to the power of negative X. Okay? Dito. Change naman natin kasi yung cash flow natin is from time 0 to yung sinabi niya 10 semi-annual payments yan eh. So, hindi yan 10 years. So, ibig sabihin from 0 to kumbaga 10 equal payments. So, kung 10 ito, this is 10, this is 9. So, yung payment niya is from 0 to 9 lang. Yung limits natin, lalagay natin is from 0 to 9. Okay. Tapos, press natin yung equal sign. And then, yung pinapahanap is, ano ba yung pinapahanap? So, find yung determine the amount of each installment. So, yung A yung pinapahanap. So, meron tayong P, 25,000. So, P, 25,000 divided by yung answer natin. So, 25,000 divided by the answer. And we have 4,077.20 each installment. Okay, so the correct answer is letter C. So, easy as pie. So, medyo madali na compare sa manual calculations natin. Okay, so let's try another example. Marami example to. Okay. This one. Medyo challenging siguro to. Kasi nga, mahaba yung question. Okay. Suppose that you make 12 equal annual deposits of 2,000 each into a bank account paying 8% interest per year. So, 12 equal annual deposits of 2,000 each into a bank account 8% per year. Okay. Then, the first deposit will be made 1 year from today. So, ibig sabihin, yung deposit niya is 1 year from now. So, ibig sabihin, yung deposit niya, yung cash flow na mangyayari is at time 0. Ay, hindi. At time 1. Mali. At time 1. Erase ka. It's at time 0. Tapos, yung first deposit niya is at time 1. Okay. How much money can be withdrawn from this bank account immediately after the 12 deposit? Woo! So, mangyayari, ganito yung nangyayari. Medyo challenging nga kasi ang nangyayari, after the 12 payment, ito yung 12 payment, yung pinapahanap is how much money can be withdrawn from the bank account dito after. Kano daw yung ma-withdraw niya all in all? No? So, pag ganitong question, hindi na yan present amount. Hindi na yan present kasi dito yung present eh. Ito yung, so ibig sabihin, ito yung future amount ng money after the 12 deposit. So, same concept applies. Ganun pa rin. So, we have XY. And then, we have 0, 1, and then 1. Tapos, 8%. This is per year. So, walang mababago. 1 plus 8%. Okay, so input natin yun sa calculator. Mode 3, 6. 0, 1, tapos 1, 1 plus 8%. Okay. After that one, press AC. Then, follow natin yung P is equal to A times the summation of B raised to the power of negative X. Okay. Ganon. So, solve natin yung ito. Solve natin yung summation of B raised to the power of negative X. Meron kasi tayong annuity, so masasolve natin yung P. Okay. So, we have summation of shift stat 52 raised to the power of negative X. Okay, from, ano ba? Ano ba dapat yung input natin? Since ganito yung mangyayari, so from 1 to 12, ito yung lower limit natin, ito yung upper limit natin. So from 1 to 12. Okay, press equal sign and then we can get the value of our summation of B raised to the power of negative X. Then multiply lang natin yan by our A to get the P. Okay, so times A, yung A natin is, magkano ba? 2,000 each. So, yun yung annual deposits niya. So, yun yung annuity. 2 times 2,000. Okay, so we have 15,000, 72.15. Okay. But, since that is A, yung hinahanap kasi, yun yung P. Yung hinahanap sa atin is the F. Ito yung pinapahanap sa atin. So, ang mangyayari, okay, pwede gamitin natin yung concept, no, nung before. So, kaya sinasabi ko huwag niyong kalimutan kasi magagamit pa din natin yun. F is equal to P times N Y hat. Okay? So, meron na tayong P, eto, 15,000. Yung hahanapin na lang natin is yung N Y hat. Okay. So, since yung gusto niya is, ano ba yung gusto niya? Suppose that you make 12 equal annual deposits of 2,000 each into bank account after the first deposit will be made, blah, blah, blah. How much money can be withdrawn from that bank account immediately after 12 deposit? So, after 12 years. Okay, so after 12 years. So, mangyayari, yung N natin is 12. So, then yung Y hat natin, this is just a calculator function. So, we have 15,000 times yung NY hat natin. Ito. So, P, ito na yung answer natin, yung 15,000. To get the future, multiply natin yung P times NY hat. So, yung N natin is after 12 years, so 12. Tapos, shift stat 55 Y hat. Then, close natin. Then, press natin yung equal sign. So, probably, that is 37,954, which is pasok sa ating mga. Is medyo challenging siya, no? Kasi nga, yung pinapahanap is hindi yung P, but instead, yung pinapahanap is the F. So, same concept applies. No? Huwag natin kalimutan. Okay? So, next problem. Let's try. I think this is the last problem. Hindi ako sure. Okay, this is the last problem. Try natin. Mahirap to Mukhang mapapalaban tayo dito If 10,000 is deposited each year for 9 years, ayun. Diba? Deposit each year for 9 years. Okay, so yung cash flow natin mangyayari, ito, ganito. Ay, hindi, parang kulang yan. Parang kulang yan Nafe-feel ko kulang yan. Yan, sige. At time 0, ito. Okay, deposit each year. So, deposit, papasok yung pera. Each year. So, start 1 for 9 years. Okay, dot na lang natin. after 9 years. So, year 9. How much money, hindi. How much annuity can a person get annually from the bank every year for 8 years starting 1 year after the ninth deposit? So, for 8 years daw, magwe-withdraw siya ng pera for 8 years, no? So, starting 1 year after the ninth deposit. So, ito yung ninth deposit niya. So, 1 year after that one, magwe-withdraw siya ng pera. So, this is 10. Year 10. And probably for 8 years, so that would be, ilan ba? That would be, hmm, that would be from 10 to, ay hindi, wag natin ganyanin. Kasi ang mangyayari is, pwede natin kukunin kung ano yung pera na meron siya after, no, nung ninth deposit. Tapos yun yung gagamitin natin as P para dito sa hindi diyan yung P. Okay, pwede natin gamitin yung pera na yon as P para dito. Okay, so mag-start siya ulit from P, 0 ulit ito, tapos to 8. So parang dalawang parang from year 1 yan. Kasi yung lagot. Sir. Kasi yung P, yun yung year 0 natin kumbaga. Okay? Ganyan. So, parang dalawang annuity yung nangyayari dito. No? Yung unang annuity is yung deposit. Tapos yung second annuity is yung withdraw ng money. Okay? So, tingnan natin. Let's try to solve for this one. Okay, so hahanapin natin yung future worth ng money. Hindi pala, yung future worth ng money, yun yung gagamitin natin as P. Okay, yung future worth ng money after 9 years. So, try natin, no? Try natin to solve. Pwedeng ganito. Mode 3, 6, ano ba yung gagamitin natin? X, Y, we have 0, 1. Ilan ba yung rate? 1. 1 plus, yung rate natin is 14%. Cost of money is 14%. So, pag hindi binigay, that is automatic annually. So, 14%. Okay. So, input natin yan sa ating calculator. So, we have 0, 1, 1, 1 plus 14%. Okay. So, next is solve natin yung summation of by hat. Pero, meron na tayong 10,000 na A. So, mahahanap natin yung P. Okay, so, hanapin muna natin yung P. So, we have summation, hindi pa na AC yan. AC. Summation of shifts at 5 to raised to the power of negative x from yung deposit natin is from 1 to 9. Okay, kitang-kita, no? Sa ating cash flow. So, from 1 to 9. Press equals. Then, multiply natin by the annuity which is 10,000. Ito, binigay niya. So, times 10,000. 49,000. Yun yung present amount ng money. And then, kung hindi nyo bet magsulat ng sagot, pwede natin yan i-store for future use. Store natin yan sa variable A. So, shift STO. Yung STO that is store. So, store. Ayan, may maglalagay dito sa ibabaw na STO. Okay? Ayan, STO. And then, press lang natin yung letter na gusto natin i-save. Saan siya dapat i-save? So, letter A. So, kapag ganyan na yung mangyayari, answer is stored in A na yan. So, pwede na natin yung i-AC. Kapag gagamitin natin yung A, may laman na yan na 49,000. Okay. Next is, this is now, yung A natin, that is now the present worth of our money. Now, to get the future worth, same pa din, no? Same kanina, F is equal to P times NY hat. So, yung P, meron na tayo. Nandun yun sa A natin na variable. Then, NY hat. So, probably that is 9 shifts that 5, 5. 9Y hat. Yun yung 9 years, after 9 years. Multiply natin yan by A to get the future amount. So, we have 160,000. Store natin yan sa variable na B. Okay, so ito na yung gagamitin natin as P sa ating withdrawal dito sa pagwi-withdraw natin. Another annuity na naman ito. Okay, so medyo tricky siya, no? Kasi dalawang annuity. Okay, next is okay, next is magwi-withdraw na tayo. So, same pa rin, 'di ba? I guess same pa rin yung yung values natin nito. Same pa rin, walang magbabago. So, ano na lang tayo? Summation na din tayo agad. Shift stat 5 to summation of negative x. No? From, yung withdraw kasi natin from 1 to 8 lang. So, from 1 to, ano ba? Ano ba yan? From 1 to 8. Okay. So, yung P natin is nasa variable B na natin, diba? Kukunin natin yung annual niya, annuity niya. Again, ito pa rin na concept. So, ayan. And then, yung P natin is nasa variable B. Yung, ito, yung future amount natin na nakuha kanina, yun na yung gagamitin natin P ngayon. So, we have B, okay, divided by our summation of B raised to the power of negative X para makuha natin yung annuity. So, divided by the, divided by the answer. We have 34,000. Ayun, pasok na pasok sa banga. 34,000. Yun yung i-withdraw niya every year for 8 years. So, 34,675. So, medyo mahirap siya na problem, no? Kasi nga, dalawang annuity yung nangyayari. So, don't worry, no? Pwede natin gamitin yung dalawang technique na to. Dalawang concept na to solve for this type of problem. Okay? But, if mahihirapan kayo kasi nga medyo matagal na kunin yung future amount kasi itong dalawang formula yung gagamitin natin. So, if you want to get automatically yung future amount, pwede natin i-modify yung formula nito. Okay? If you want, but if you don't want, then you can use these two concepts. Pero kung gusto mo magdagdag ng another, pwede naman. Okay, gagamitin natin is F is equal to A times the summation of B raised to the power of, mali. Hindi ko negative X. Okay. To the power of X minus 1. Okay, so another concept. Kung gusto mo magdagdag, pero kung ayaw mo, wag na lang. Yung dalawang concept na lang yung gagamitin. So, let's try, no? Ilan ba yung B natin? Magkano ba? We have, record lang natin, no? For reference, 168.53.465. Okay, try natin kung same lang ba yung makukuha natin kapag ito yung gagamitin natin formula. Since we already have 10,000 for annuity, so 10,000, and then multiplied by the summation of, yung b raised to the power of negative x from 1 ay hindi na negative x kasi nga x minus 1 na. So, x minus 1 from 1 to 9. From 1 to 9. So, press natin yung equal sign. Okay, so meron tayong shortcut. Ay, 168.53.465. So, yun. Kung magdadagdag tayo ng another formula. Another concept for future. Okay, pero kung ayaw nyo, okay, this is fully functional naman yung dalawa. Why not join those two? Okay? Okay, and that would be all for this video, no? In the next video, tuturuan ko naman kayo na what if yung payment na ginawa niya is hindi na equal, no? Ito kasi, kapag annuity, equal yung payments niya. Pero kapag hindi na equal, mangyayari, hindi na yan annuity. No, that is gradient. So, gradient na yan na topic. So, meron tayong dalawang gradient, arithmetic and geometric gradient. Okay? So, later, in the next video, tuturo ko sa inyo on how to solve for arithmetic and geometric gradient. Okay, using the same concept, no, ng ating calculator techniques. Okay? Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day. I do hope na meron kayong natutunan kahit konti. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.